Hello guys, welcome back. So today we have some new updates on Hunty Zombies. There are a few new things like Battle Pass, there's new UI updates, there's new weapons. There are no new game modes yet, but I think that's next week. I think they're gonna change the raid boss or something. And then there are some changes to the raid boss, and I found some better upgrades here and there as well. So I'll break down everything for you today. So the first thing is the Pure Hand. Pure Hand is a new style, a new weapon. It's in the epic category. Well, it's not bad for an epic weapon. I've put on mine is already on Prodigy actually. So I'll show you some of the move and the damages as well. It's actually not that bad for an epic weapon. The damage is okay-ish. Well, I'll show you the maximum potential. The damage is okay enough for an epic weapon, but obviously it's not better than bow, shoes, and ghosts. But it is there. It is there. And also this. I'll talk about this later. It's it's annoying. We'll go on to Carnival real quick. So the pure hand, well, pure hand. There's no new weapon. There's no weapon that you're using. It's just your hand. You're punching people. So the damage is okay. It's 29. You can still one shot this nightmare. Yeah, this is nightmare by the way. Yeah, the damage is quite there. The skills are not as bad either. I'll show you the Z. The Z is like a one punch thing, right? Yeah, it's 97, which is not bad at all. The X is a bit more interesting. It's like a rapid punch. It deals up to 1k damage. And the C, if I'm not mistaken, it just punched the ground. Oh, no, it's a double hit. It's 36 and 97, which is like 104, 130-ish. And then the V, you just smash the ground 2 times. Yeah, it is 300 and 700, if I'm not mistaken. It's basically like 1k plus. With Prodigy, with double damage is 1k plus. So yeah, the basic attack is just normal punching. So it's not much. It's a good weapon for starters, but it's not all that. Obviously, it's not divine. Okay. So the other weapon I actually have not tested out. I haven't mastered 100 yet on that weapon because well, it's a bit interesting. There's new battle pass. So the battle pass, there are a few new things. There are the new pet, which you saw just now, the white pigeon. Then there's new accessory, frost necklace gold, a lot of gold, a lot of gold coins. And then there's an emote. And the last one, oh, the tag is this one, the chosen one. And then the last one is the priest. This is free, by the way. You don't need to buy. The only thing that's kind of pay to win ish, in my opinion, is the white pigeon. But right now, the white pigeon is bugged. It doesn't give you any damage increase because actually the white pigeon is similar to bat, kinda. Yeah, 10% skill damage and 10% ability damage. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Just I don't know why they use different wording there, but sure, I guess. But it's 2 damage instead of 4 damage, like that, and it doesn't have life steal. So it's kind of similar to bat. I think it's kind of pay to win ish. But if let's say you're using these two, if it's not bug at least, you're gonna sacrifice the crit, and there is new passive. The crit passive you can use it, but if you use the crit passive, you will lose on the synergy. Okay, if you don't know what synergies are, basically some of the passive that you use together will give you new synergy. I'll show you the synergy list on there. this for here actually. Let's see. Let's go to their one question. This one. Yeah. So passive signatures. Basically, if you equip Berserker attack plus AP, attack plus AP, to give you 1.75 damage every fifth attack. Note this is every fifth attack, so not every fifth damage tick. For example, the bow ultimate, the awakening, the G button, will give you like what 10 tick of damage because it's raining on the arrows, right? That only will count as one attack because it's not every damage tick. It's just one button you press. This is how it calculates. So you press 4 basic attack and one ultimate. The ultimate will get the 75% damage. So that's how it works. And then there's healthy power. There's treasure hunter. There's last night fighter. You can read all of this here. You can also join their Discord. It's in the comment question here. Now for the best DPS for me is still Berserker instead of healthy power. Well, yes, healthy power buff is more consistent and Berserker is more punishing because healthy power will give you constant 15% damage as long as your health is over 80%, but that's very easily achievable. But Berserker will give you higher damage output if, let's say, your rotations are proper. The fifth attack, it also includes M1. So 4 M1s and 1 skill attack will activate the 75%. But this is also its downside. For example, if let's say you already use 4 abilities like Z, C, X, and the V, the Mastery 100 skill, the base attack on the fifth one will deal this, and you will lose significant DPS that way. So for me, Berserker, you need to mind your rotation. It's much higher skill level, I guess, but it still grants you more DPS at the end of the day. But if let's say you don't want to think about the rotation, blah blah blah, you can deal health. You can use healthy power. It's much more consistent, and you don't need to mind the Berserker, the rotation thing. So yeah, for me, I still like the Berserker, but sometimes I still use healthy power if I'm lazy. And yeah, there is as I mentioned, there was priest, right? The priest, it's a support weapon. So the M1, where is it? This one. The M1 doesn't deal any damage. The M1, well, this is the priest. Oh, I don't know what effect that is. I cannot equip effect apparently. Okay, so this is the priest. It's a book basically. It's like a grimoire. Actually, let's go with the raid boss. It's easy to show. This is without any upgrade. I just equipped it. There's no trade rerolls or anything. Because the priest, it's fully support weapon. The Z does damage, but the M1 doesn't do any damage. It's just to heal your teammate. So here, right? I haven't unlocked the 100 mastery yet for it. So because it's kind of hard to level up since the M1 doesn't do any damage, you can just spam your ability. But the ability cooldown is very low. You see? It's just healing. So it doesn't do any damage. So you need to attack this to your teammate instead. So this is purely support weapon. If let's say you're doing raid bosses with your friends, right? You can just support them, like attack them instead of the boss. But the Z does do damage. It's that is 158. This is without prodigy, without double damage. It's a good decent range. The axe, the axe gives you regen. I'm guessing this is to all of your teammates because otherwise it will be kind of useless if it's just only to yourself. Solar burst, I think is damage. Yeah, it is damage 330 without prodigy. Yeah, it's definitely not a damage weapon. This is not gonna change the DPS meta at all. It's just healing. So if you want to be a healer, If you want to be silly healer, you can use this. Okay, as I mentioned, I found better upgrade. Right, I found better upgrade for bows and shoes so you can clear. Oh, and the raid boss before this, the HP was 49k ish. I'm not sure the exact amount before this because Hunty Zombie developers don't want to include it in their patch notes, and I'm still salty about it. Please include it in your patch notes. Did they include this change in the patch notes, by the way? This was purely found out when I was trying to do raid with the new weapons, and I noticed that the HP is significantly higher. Anyways, so the raid boss HP was changed from 49k ish to 60,000 something. So you can no longer do sub 2 minute speed runs, but now it's sub 3 minutes instead of sub 2 minutes. The best time I got was 2 minute 43 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It was 2 minute 43 with these upgrades. Like the bow, 7 CD for me is the best DPS output so far. I'll probably do a spreadsheet just to see what's the best damage increase. But critical chance, they didn't change anything about critical chance. It's still next to useless. So still use hamster. No critical chance here. But if let's say, okay, this is a big but. The shoes upgrade is still the same. This is a big but. If let's say the white vision is fixed and you don't want to use hamster anymore, because you don't want to use the crit passive, otherwise you lose the passive synergy that I told you just now, you might want to put some upgrades in crit because you already get skill damage and damage here. But I don't know how that will apply to bow because, well, it's 7 CD and there's no CD here. It's just damage. For something like shoes, you can probably put this out and put one here, but it's only 2%. It's not as much as hamster. So I think, even though with white pigeon, it's still better to use the bat hamster setup for the 5% critical chance. And then the new cosmetic, there's this Ring of Fate. It's only available for 12 hours. I think, yeah, you can no longer redeem it. It's more than 12 hours already. If you redeem it 12 hours after the update was launched, you can get this. But honestly, it's not, you didn't miss out on anything if you didn't redeem it. It's not that good anyways. Yeah, Onimas is still better. Then this is the BP one. It gives you critical damage, which then again is kinda, it's no point because the critical chance is so low for you to invest in critical damage unless you use critical perks. But then again, critical perks only gives you 15% for 30 seconds and double damage to give you higher DPS overall. There's also a new perk, Adrenaline. Adrenaline will give you 50% attack speed for, I think it was 30 seconds as well. But I've tested it, double damage is still better for DPS wise. Raid shop didn't change, they just restocked it. You can buy everything. They changed the bug that you can buy the 2 bows. I bought it last patch, so I have 2 bows. So yeah, and then there's a lot of new bundles in the shop. There's the exclusive bundles, like for certain weapons. Mind you, these are skins. These are skins. Weapon skin, weapon skin, weapon skin. This is not the weapon itself. I've seen people on Discord buying the daggers bundle, hoping to get the daggers weapon. No, it's just the skin. You're not gonna get the weapon. Please do not buy the daggers bundle if you do not have the weapon. Obviously, it's a limited weapon. And I think there's also, yeah, there's also a side bundle. Please do not buy the side and the daggers bundle if you do not have the weapon. If you have the weapon, by all means buy it. It's, yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. I like the katana effect. I bought the katana bundle. because it's cool. Yeah, the effects are cool. And then I'll show you the priest effect as well, actually. Yeah, this one. It's kind of cool. It's pretty. Yeah. It affects your whole body as well. Oh, damn. So, back to the DPS guy. You still want to use bow and shoes? Ghost is still. They didn't change. They didn't nerf. They didn't buff any weapons dispatch. They just buffed the boss. The rotation is a bit more or less kind of the same ish. I'll show you the healthy power passive synergy because this is, I think most people want to use this. You don't, other than speed running, I don't think you would want to use Berserker because, well, it will give you faster time, but you need to mind your rotation. It's kind of annoying to keep up with the rotation. So healthy power is mostly an option for everyone. So for this, the cooldown is very fast. You see, you start with B, X, Z, and V, and C. Sorry. Then you basic attack a bit, basic attack a bit, X again, and then that will activate your double damage. And go here, shoes, change back, you go to this one, go back to bow, go back to shoes for flash tap, and go back to bow. Basically, you just spam bow, like 3 rotation, you can actually instantly out it. I alter a bit late, actually out a bit faster because you want to have the V up constantly. So yeah, that's basically it for this update. There's not much changes for the game modes at least. It's just new weapon, new perks, new battle pass, which I don't really agree with the battle pass actually. I would want them to do purely cosmetic instead of the goals is fine. The goals are fine. I just don't like that they include the white pigeon in the paid version. Is either you do this on the free version or you do this on the shop like normal pets, or you just do purely cosmetic here. Like not cosmetic as the buff right here. Cosmetic as like skins. So it doesn't become pay to win. This is kind of pay to win-ish in my opinion. If the pigeon works at least. The pigeon doesn't work right now, so even if you buy the battle pass, you don't get increased damage. You just look like a clown now. Anyways, there's new weapons next week. There's the spinal blade and hand fan, but there's only one. So because I chose this spinal blade, it looks cooler. Well, the hand fan animation is pretty, but I think the spinal blade looks much cooler. You can see the hand fan animation. I think the spinal blade is cooler, but you can join their Discord, their official Discord, and vote whichever you like. I personally like the spinal blade better, so next week will be spinal blade. I'm not sure if there's any new content like raid mode or no, new game modes or something next week, but yeah, we shall stay tuned to find out, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Bye bye.